I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who will be on the show with us here for today. All right, with us is Javon Burts is back. We got Jay Briggs. We got Brian Bittler, and we have Ninos, and here's how they're going to line up for this evening. We've got Bittler, Briggs, Burts, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. Yeah, I've got some. Here we go. We're ready to roll here. We've got one game in progress in the NHL, but we've got a nice card tonight here from the NBA, college hoops, as well as that NFL game between Commanders and the Eagles. So we'll have picks from throughout the night from NBA, college basketball, and the NFL. So let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Brian Bittler. If I'm over at Pig Dogs, putting up some really good numbers over top of the leaderboards. You've seen him over at Pig Dogs, so let's get him in right now. Brian, what's happening?
Not too much. Excited to be here. There's only one place better than being with Tony on a Monday night, and that's maybe being at the Gentleman's Club. But you know what? After a solid weekend, a Friday and Sunday doing well, I'm ready to really knock it out of the park today.
Knock it out of the park as well. I've seen Brian top the leaderboards. We go over here to college basketball for Brian here tonight, as we have Florida State here hosting at Troy here on the ESPN Family Networks. We have Florida State leading 10, total 143.
Yeah, normally I might be looking to fade a team like Troy here against Florida State based on first glance record, 2-0 team getting 10 points versus 0-2 team. But we do have a Sun Belt team getting a crack here at a big boy ACC team, Florida State Seminoles, who are off to a pretty brutal start here of 0-2, losing their in-state rivals UCF and then the Stetson Hatters. Florida State just a money burner for bettors. 2-6-1 ATS last 9 home games. They're 3-11-1 last 15 games overall. Seminoles just having trouble covering the spread. I think they get the W tonight, but I think Troy keeps it respectable. I'm going to take the Troy Trojans here plus the points.
All right, we got Brian here going to take the Troy Trojans here plus the points here. Why not? I mean, the way Florida State's looked this season, they take on Stetson. The Hatters can't get the result. They take on UCF, a pretty good defensive team. They can't get the result here. So it's been kind of a struggle here for Florida State this year. In three-point defense, can you believe this? Opposing teams are hitting 42% from three against them.
Oof, Lord have mercy. That's almost that's better than my free throw percentage. But Troy has 2 wins against, I guess they're online games, so really nothing. This is their first real matchup of the year. But when you get a crack at a team like when you get a crack at a big school like this, I think they're gonna at least. I wouldn't shock me if they knocked them off tonight. Definitely.
Yeah, on no lines here. They face Montevallo and MUW.
I can't even pronounce it. I can't even. They played Moose State. Yeah.
Moose. So it was pretty much a way to roll there with the non-conference there for old Troy. But they're getting a team here that's hungry, that's desperate. But Brian says take the points here against a Florida State team that's having struggled defending three or just facing teams that have been shooting lights out. Sometimes you can play defense by accident. Sometimes teams will just get hot against you.
I believe they also have a big game on deck. This Florida State tonight. I think they have Oklahoma State on deck. If I'm not.
No, they got Florida. They got a rivalry game. Florida on Friday at home.
A big one on deck. Yeah. So it's also a look ahead spot. So they definitely need to get the W here. But whether they blow out Troy, I have my doubts.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to blow out those Troy Trojans. Boy, it's been a tough thing. They're really good coach last year. We saw some issues last year with Florida State. Remembering them last year, they had some struggles in the non-conference throughout the conference season. It hasn't been a good couple of seasons. As a matter of fact, when you look at this Florida State team, only one starter returns here from last season, and for this Florida State team with his head coach here, Leonard Hamilton, who's been a pretty solid coach. He's been there he's in his 21st year there, and couldn't get past couldn't get in the tournament. They had a disappointing season, just 10-10 in conference, 17-14. Overall record, and that wasn't good enough for any tournament. They lose in the first round of the ACC, and they were out of the NCAAB tournament. So Troy plus 10 against Florida State. This one to have a start time of 8 Eastern time over on ESPN Plus. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs for tonight's action. As we said, Brian's been sitting top of leaderboards, been producing great results here. 1,401 units of profit over the past 30 days. Showing great profit the last 7 days. Coming off a profitable day yesterday in the NFL and more. So And again, showing great profit, NBA, NHL, NFL, college football for this season, and finished with a winning mark in Major League Baseball, which is hard to do because it's such a long season. All right, Brian, what do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, the best bet for everybody is to head on over and pick up my titanium wager. That's 60 and 33, 65%. That's over a 93 game stretch here. So my best bet's my NFL titanium play. But if you want all three best bets tonight, I got my Monday night money shot 3-pack. It includes an NBA play, a college basketball play, and that NFL play I mentioned earlier. Plus, tomorrow, if you get a long-term package, I got my Tuesday MAC conference total of the year up already for sale. So definitely head on over to pickdogs.com and we're teaming me up with one of these all-star handicappers, 2-for-1 capper special. Can't go wrong.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bittler over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here the last 30 days. 1,401 units of profit, showing great profit 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. Got his NFL titanium wager. That's his $15 premium pick. That is credit guaranteed. Guaranteed to turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back into your account. First side credit, that is credit guarantee there. And of course, Brian was mentioning that Monday night money shot 3-pack is up there right now. He takes his best bet off a 4-1 Sunday. He's red hot the last 7 days and the past 30 days. 3 best bets, 1 in the NBA, 1 in college basketball, 1 in the NFL. Get on board with that 3-pack right now. Of course, that is, again, credit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. First side credits, that is credit guarantee. But here we are on a Monday. Maybe a good idea to get that 7-day all sports pass from Brian. Get all of Brian's premium plays here for 7 days. You're in action here with the NFL for Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Also college basketball. We got Maction, right? We got Maction here Tuesday. Of course, we got college football Tuesday through Saturday here as we're getting late in the season here, right before, again, a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. Also college basketball. We've got these holiday tournaments that will be starting up here. Also the NBA in action. NHL, a great time to get that 7-day all sports pass. Give Brian out a try. And then at the end of 30 days, 7 days next week, you can assess everything, maybe upgrade even longer. But use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Keep up that great work, and we'll talk with you again on Friday.
Look forward to seeing you at the end of the week. Hopefully we're both on long, hot winning streaks here. Definitely have a good week, Tony. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Brian Bittler here on the drive through. Let's continue our coverage. Guys, we're going to welcome in Jay Briggs, and we open up the NBA coverage for this evening. You'll find Jay over at Pick Dogs Premium. Catch him at halftime with the halftime show with Mitch. Tonight's a Commanders and Eagles game. Make sure you tune into the YouTube channel here on for Pick Dogs. Jay, what's happening? Jay, you're on mute there. There you go.
What's going on tonight, Tony? My bad.
That's all right. It's going all right. Here we go tonight. We're going over to the NBA tonight as the Magic will face the Hornets. This one's ticked up a little bit. This one's now Charlotte laying a 1.5 on the road, total 224.5.
Yeah, so in this one tonight, guys, if y'all watch my jam session every night, y'all know I took the Magic last night. When I do those videos, I typically do them early in the morning, like really early, like 5 o'clock in the morning. And this is 12 hours later. So, you know, a lot of new information comes out in those times. Y'all got to follow me on all social medias, mostly Twitter, so I can update y'all and check out the drive-thru because I'm on here 4 days a week. And this is where I can update y'all on some of those games. Here in this one, I know I took the Magic on the jam session. I flipped, though, on this one. I'm on the Hornets here tonight. I know they've lost 8 straight, but I just think tonight's a good spot for them. The Magic, no Boncaro out tonight. Hornets do got LaMelo back in there tonight. I just think it could be a good spot for them. Like I said, they've lost 8 straight. NBA teams, they're typically not that horrible. They fought in their last 2 against Miami, and I think tonight they just kind of get it done. It's not my favorite game tonight on the board, but I do like the Hornets to bounce back and finally get off the snide. They look good to begin their season. Since then, they've lost 8 straight, 1 of 9 in their last 10. Without Orlando, Orlando's really banged up in this one, and their best players out, their young prospect. I think we got to take the Hornets here in this one.
Yeah, Hornets in a spot where they got to start piling up wins. A 3-11 start. Remember, they were a playoff team last year. Fire their head coach, bring in Steve Clifford. A lot of pressure now on this franchise, on this coach, on this general manager, on the team president. It's always risky when you get in the playoffs, a position that you're not too familiar with, making the playoffs, and it wasn't good enough, so you fire the coach, and your next guy comes in, Jay, and you're 3-11.
Yep, you're 3-11. Granted, they did start out, let me think, 14 games they played. So they played, 13 without their best player in LaMelo. Yeah. So, you know, that kind of hurts. And now that he's back, they dropped their last one. And I think they got to start going on a run, and they got to beat these bad teams like Orlando here tonight. And without Orlando, without their best player, I think it's a good spot for them to finally put one up on the board.
Yep, you've seen no Banchero, no Anthony, no Fultz, no Harris, no Isaac, no Wagner. This is kind of a lot of the guys you saw from last year that lived on that injury report back in making a residence there again. You'll see Wendell Carter in there, Jalen Suggs in for Orlando. Bull, the guy from the Oregon, the freshman from Oregon, is getting some playing time, getting some PT here with the Orlando team.
Yeah, he's actually been getting some PT this year. He's looked good in a few games that I've seen too. He had one game where he was like 10 for 11 from the field. So he's actually looked fairly decent. He's still a prospect, though. He still has some work to do, kind of fill out that frame of his. But this Orlando team, they have a lot of young talent over there. It's just about getting them all on the court at the same time, really, at this point. You know, they got a lot of young talent, but a lot of them banged up as you went through. And here tonight, I just think they're going to be missing too many pieces.
Yeah, just like last year. The Pacers was a team last year. At least the Pacers got off the injury report, but these Magic players still have a ton of guys on the report. Hornets laying 1.5 here against the Magic. This one will start here at 7 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim. We're showing good results here in the NBA here to start the season. We do have a nice 7-game card from the NBA. We got a few on the ice still. We've got a lot of college basketball here to get started here in a few minutes as well. This is the hour when we get those 6:30 starts, as well as that NFL game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight, Tony, I wasn't totally in love with tonight's card. I only got one play up there tonight. My $15 NBA Jam Session play, my best play in the NBA tonight. This play, though, I think I found the best play on the board. I absolutely love this one play tonight. So go hop on that over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see we're putting up pretty decent units. It was a rough week last week, though. We look to get back on it heavily this week. You know, the NBA is a long season. You're going to have good weeks. You're going to have bad ones. And I plan on starting it out hot tonight. So I absolutely love this play that I found tonight. Hop on that $15 NBA Jam Session play, or hop on a 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. We typically have way more than just one play every night. Like I said, I just didn't want to force y'all anything tonight, though. So only one play for me in the NBA. Check me out tonight at halftime. No, I'll be on there with Mitch. We're going to go Philly, Washington. I'll be there. Hop on a long-term pass, 2-for-1 capper special. Best way to go, pair me up with Brian Bittler, pair me up with Jovan, Al, Tony. All these guys, man. All these guys know exactly what they're doing. They're hot as fish grease as well. So pair me up. Let's keep making money here at Pick Dog.
That's right, guys. Going forward here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dog. Great results here in the NBA this season to start it. So get on board. Of course, Jay mentioned his play on the night. This is $15 NBA Jam Session. Get on board with that tonight. Of course, that is credit guarantee. You must return a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. If you want to try out Jay, he does have a 7-day pass. But if you're sold on Jay, why don't you get that month all sports pass? This is November, right? We have all these sports overlapping. College football is going to come to a conclusion. We're going to find out about our playoffs here. It's going to cover you all the way the remainder of the college football regular season, including those championship games for the conference, as well as the NFL for 7 days. You get your Thanksgiving fix there in a couple of weeks. So next week will be Turkey Week. So you got the Thanksgiving football covered, as well as the college football covered. Of course, it's feast week from college basketball with all these holiday tournaments beginning. Or just Monday, we'll be watching on ESPN the Maui tournament. The Maui tournament will be going on here with a good field there. Remember, they run that Maui Monday, Tuesday, and the championship game is on a Wednesday. And of course, there's also the losers bracket, so all the teams will be in action throughout the tournaments in these tournaments. Of course, Battle for Atlantis. There's a lot going on here in college basketball, so a good time to get on board. Also, Jay will release some plays on the ice as well. So you got a lot there with that 1 month all sports pass. You can use the promo code PICK at checkout to save 15% off. You could also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay, it's always great having your show. I know you do a lot for Pick Dogs. We're going to catch you here on your halftime show with Mitch, but you got that really great video series going on with Jay's Jam Session, covering the NBA in full every night.
Yes, sir. Like you said, my NBA Jam Session, I go through every play in the NBA every night. Well, every game, my bad. I go through every game in the NBA every night. I give y'all a side or total in that game. So, yeah, I just give y'all my opinion straight up. Usually, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If y'all watch the whole video in entirety, you can pretty much tell what sides I'm on, and a lot of them, a lot of premiums be sprinkled in there as well. So if you really pay attention, you can find out some of the sides that I love a lot. So check out my Jam Session every night over there at the Pick Dog site. and let's keep making money here at Pick Dogs.
Keep making money indeed. So catch him on the YouTube channel there with Jay on the jam session. Of course, you want to make sure you subscribe and set notifications so when Jay drops that NBA video, you're there to get it, to get those plays. All right, Jay, have a great halftime show tonight. We'll tune in. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow, man. Let's keep making money.
Indeed. Jay Briggs here on the drive through. Let's continue our coverage. Guys, if you missed any picks, we'll recap here at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive through. Welcome back to the drive through. Javon Burts, you'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got him back here, ready to roll here, healthy. We'll bring him in right now. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much. Just trying to get back into the swing of things. How are you, Tony?
Doing great. You're sounding great. Sounding great. Looking great. All right, here we go tonight. NBA is on the board as the Bucks here host the Hawks. We got the Bucks here laying 4, total 225.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the Bucks. Now first things first. It looks like Giannis is gonna be back on the court. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was sorely missed in the last game at least. Took a beating by San Antonio. But yeah, they're 10-2 this season, coming out guns blazing, 9-3 against the spread. That's what we love. And they're facing a Hawks team that let's just call it what it is. They're a bad road team. Going into last year, they just haven't fit the bill. And it's continued this season as road underdogs. They're 1-3. That's not going to cut it. As us. And meanwhile, this home team, the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks, they're 6-1 as home favorites. So it's really in the numbers right now. It's a short line. I don't know, if they accounted for Giannis, being, having a late scratch. I'm not sure, whether he's actually officially been given the green light. But as far as I'm concerned, it says he's probable, and I'm going with that. So, as long as he's playing, I'm laying.
All right, we've got here. We got Javon here going to go on. The Bucks are laying the 4 here against the Atlanta Hawks, and it does look like I'm showing him in green, but again, this looks like he's listed as probable. So he was in questionable status earlier this morning, and it's been now moved here to the probable status. So it's basically where you can say pretty much is Giannis is trending toward playing tonight, but someone who's not playing is their guard in Holiday. Looks like they may be without another guard here in Middleton, another guard here without Green, another guard out here with Connaughton. So your concern issues here. We got Javon Carter, though, in the lineup for them.
Hey, listen, if it's as long as it's not Giannis, it's plug and play with the rest of them. It's really as simple as that. I mean, this is a star-driven league. You saw yesterday what Joel Embiid did, dropped 59 on Utah. And really, that's what if Giannis is dropping 30, 40, 50 points somewhere around there, that 20-point window, we're good to go.
Yep.
I'm banking on the Hawks, doing what the Hawks do, selling asset on the road,
Yep.
So that's what I'm banking on.
And of course, Brook Lopez is on the roster because he thinks he's a guard. So, he thinks he's still
right. And another thing, these two teams already faced each other once. Both won, the home games, the games on their home court. And last week was the Hawks, had their run of them, beat them at home. So it's a quick revenge angle. Also, if you look for that type of thing, the revenge angle.
All right, we got Javon here on the Bucks laying 4 against the Hawks. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time. All right, Javon, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Print for nice action. Great results here. 2,295 units of profit here, all documented over at Pick Dogs, showing great results here in the last 30 days, the last 7 days, coming off winning a day yesterday. The numbers in the NFL have been outstanding here as well. 2,245 units of profit, showing over 1,000 units of profit in college football. Off to a profitable start here in college basketball. We got a lot of action tonight here from college hoops, NBA, as well as the NFL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's on Monday, so you know what that means. Time to get money with my money bag Monday night mayhem play. Also have my total monster play, so I have a side in the total for this game. That's it for what I have tonight. Just the NFL game. No NBA, no college basketball, but I will be ramping it up on college basketball. I've been picking my spots when that only had two premium plays on college basketball. Hit them both, but personally, I've hit on these plays, bet on myself, but I haven't put them out on the premium side. Just testing out the waters. They've been hitting, so I'm ready to ramp it up in college basketball, NBA. I'm ready to ramp it up there. I put, some days I'll put out a 3-pack, other days I'll leave it alone. It's been like that with the NBA because dealing with the NBA and the way things go and the information that they don't like to give you until late in the afternoon or late into the evening. It makes a difference, and it makes a difference in your pocket. Believe me. So but like I said, I'm ramping up on the basketball side. Football, it is what it is. I'm up there in the college football leaderboards, and I'm still number one in the National Football League. So you could match me with one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 Capital Emotional. Check me out my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly. Been dealing with me for the past 3-4 months. You've been getting that money, so keep on rocking with me. I'm gonna make sure I put money in your pocket. It's all here, Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Indeed, with Javon Burns, get him over at Pick Dogs. These are the results here for 2022. 2,295 units of profit. And, of course, number one in NFL this year, documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Tonight, Jovan has his money bag Monday Night Mayhem up there. Profit guarantee on that individual play. Looks like he has a total monster as well. So side total up there available right now at Pick Dogs Premium from Jovan. So get on board with that. Of course, your best value is getting those long-term passes. You can try them out for 7 days instead of buying these plays individually. Get the 7-day pass. Get all of Javon's plays for 7 days. That covers NFL here for Monday, Thursday, and Sunday, as well as college football as we go Tuesday through Saturday with college football. Is in action NBA, college basketball. Good time to get that 7-day pass. Or the way Javon's rolling, you may just say, let's just get the 30-day pass. Javon's proven to me here month after month. He's been performing great here at Pick Dogs since he came onto the website. It's been 2 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 years, man.
2 years.
Yeah, a good 2 years.
I know, a good 2 years indeed. Javon has been top of leaderboards, doing fantastic performance here over at Pig Dogs. And guys, when you try them out for that 1 month all sports pass, of course, November is a good time to do that with all these sports overlapping. We're looking at some really good college, great end of this college football season. It's going to come down to an end here. Really great matchups in all conferences. So you want to get on board with that. Also the conference tournament games, the conference championships. We know a couple of matchups already. We know the ACC one. We also know this SEC one, but there's still some drama to be played out in the Big Ten, the Big 12, the Pac-12. There's still a lot going on here in these tournaments here. So a good time to get on board with Javon with that 1 month all sports pass, and a little time to think about what LSU and Georgia will happen. That's going to be quite a game. Yeah. We'll see how that rolls here. You want to get on board with Javon for these games again as we get to the very end of the college football regular season. There's the bowl games, totally different series. It's totally different animal.
Hey, whole different animal. You really gotta be on your P's and Q's with that. Who's playing? Who's not playing? Who wants to lay back because they don't want to stub a toe dirt for the draft combines and all that other crazy stuff. So you have a lot of players who were riding the pine in the regular season, all of a sudden playing, and you just don't know because you're not given the information, So you're going into these bowl games blind, So what you thought you knew during the regular season with these teams, you have no way of knowing during the bowl season. That's just the way it is. So you have to really think outside of the box. Who wants to more? What these bigger programs? What incentive do they have by winning this bowl game, or what's going to get them up to be on the field and be at peak performance? That's how I see it, and that's what I have to with these matchups. That's what I have to really look at. That's what we should all look at. With that said, we still have 2 or 3 more weeks of regular season football, high drama. You have a lot of rivalry games in the mix. And this is my favorite time of year when it comes to college football, So NFL, you saw the wackiness that happened yesterday and on Saturday. That's just how football's played nowadays. It's nothing. There's no lead is safe in football, whether it's the college ranks or the NFL. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no lead is safe. A lot of these all offense, no defense teams. Sometimes they have their day in the sun. We saw that with Arizona. Sometimes these all offense, no defense teams have their day in the sun.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of these teams, some of these top ranked defensive teams, all of a sudden they can't they can't make a tackle. All of a sudden, it's like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? And it bleeds over into the NFL ranks. You know, case in point, the Bills. You're up 10. You know, you kick a field goal. Instead, you want to go for it. The good old Sean McDermott. He's been doing that, and that's what I want to say about this guy. He's been doing that, and he's cost his team many a times during his short regime in Buffalo. He'll go for it. They don't get it. Something bad happens, and then they end up losing the game because it snowballs. You give the team the momentum. You're up by double digits. Hey, if you're up by double digits, you take the points.
Yep.
You put it. It's really as simple as that. It's simple football. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure these things out. But analytics come into play, and they let the analytics dictate what should be regular football decisions.
Yeah, no doubt. You just take there with Josh Allen's interception again in the midway fourth quarter was also a turning point there. There was a lot of bad plays down the stretch, how that game was managed, but they were in control. They were in control.
Hey, listen, you take 3 points, you're up 13, 30 to 17. Instead, you throw it a 4th and 2. It's an interception. They run it back to like the 30 or 40 yard line, and then they score. now you're only down by. Now they're only up by 3. And then all the wackiness that happened really late in that fourth quarter and into overtime, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm not a Bills fan anyway. I hated the Bills back in the 90s, but that's just me being a New England fan. But yeah, hey, I was on the Bills. the reason why I'm saying this is because I was on the Bills. Let's just say it like that. And when they was riding high, being up 17, 27 to 10, it was money in the bank until it wasn't.
Yep. When we saw a team put them away, we saw the Eagles put away the Vikings. So the Vikings can be put away, but you give them a little bit of life, and there you go.
Exactly.
Right,
the Vikings have Kirk Cousins. That's all I have to say. I mean, he'll throw it around a lot, but a lot of those balls should have been intercepted. But you have on the catch of the year, a one-handed catch when the defender has 2 hands on the ball. You can't snatch it away from someone who has 1 hand on the ball. Are you kidding me?
I don't get that. To me, that was a very bizarre play right there. No doubt about that. All right, Javon. Of course, don't let everybody know about your parlay video, right?
The parlay video right now is going to be on the back burner. It'll probably come back sometime in the future, but right now, it's going to focus on, every day, just getting my health in order.
Okay, sounds great. All right, Javon. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again on Friday.
Absolutely.
You got it. Javon Burts here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here. We're going to get you some football coverage here in the NFL from Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Sprint, where he does some great work up there. Let's bring Ninos in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Ninos. Let's see if we get him in here. There he is, Ninos. Ninos, what's happening?
Going pretty good. How are you doing, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go. 8:15 Eastern time. It's a Monday Night Football featuring the Eagles hosting the Commanders. The Eagles, big favorites here, laying 11, total 43, but you'll be looking at this one a little different way.
Yeah, a way I like to look at these games, the way that's been pretty good to us, whether it's been here on the morning show, on the weekends. Whenever we got one of these big favorites and you're giving me a decent price on the running back to score a touchdown anytime, I kind of like that angle, and I think we got a decent shot here now. This one's not going to be the most evident one, maybe, because the Commanders' defense have been pretty decent against the running backs, just allowing 4 rushing touchdowns to running backs this year, and 6 through the air to running backs. But that said, Sanders, 0 receiving touchdowns for him on the season. But this could be might be the first game he gets one, and he hasn't even been targeted. He hasn't even had a reception in his last 2 games, or a target in his last 2 games. But again, if that's the weakness that the Eagles see tonight, they might try to give him a shot at receiving a touchdown maybe tonight. But if not, I think that he should get enough carries to maybe find a rushing touchdown as well. He's scored in all but 3 games this season, and they're not favored by 11 points for no reason. Now, I'm not saying they cover that spread or not. I have my play on that side, on the premium side, if you want to go check that out. But I do think that Miles Sanders has a very good shot of finding the end zone tonight. So I'm taking him at a very decent price to score an anytime touchdown.
Minus 115 for the lead running back to get any time touchdown here. Minus 115 here with this Eagles team. And he has scored a touchdown here in his past 3 games. And, of course, in 4 of his past 3, got in the end zone against Pittsburgh, which is a defense okay. Pretty good. Dallas is a pretty good defense. We know Houston's not, so we'll get some pretty good defensive teams now. In that first meeting, he did not get in the end zone.
As I said, yeah, they've been pretty good at keeping the running backs out that end zone, and but again, they're not going to do that every time either. So I think again, it's a pretty decent play at a pretty decent price.
Yeah, because when you look at Sanders, he's going to be back there. He doesn't have there isn't a whole lot of I don't want to say depth, but when you look at who's on the field, it's by far this is not by committee. This is not running back by committee here with Philadelphia.
No, he's definitely got the lead role there and getting most of the carries out the backfield for sure.
Yeah, when you look at the amount of snaps he's on the field, it just blows away everybody. So you're going to see him there for the majority of the snaps there. Sanders, no doubt about that. And of course, El Nino, so Miles Sanders, anytime touchdown here at minus 115. This one to have a start time here of 8:15 Eastern time over on ESPN. All right, Al, let's take over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action. So good results here in the NFL this year. 441 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pick Dog Premium. So if you go over to the site, you check out Al's handicapper page, you'll see the numbers there. They've been impressive. All right, Al, we do have the Monday night game up there. We've got some NBA, NHL on the board. A lot of college basketball as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
My college basketball went off, but I still have a 3-pack with my best bet in the NFL, NBA, and best late bet in the NHL. I have another NHL that already went off as well, so check that out. I also have a 3-pack in the NBA, so I like the card there as well. And if you want to get all the plays, best way to go is getting the long-term and 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he does have his alphabet up there, his 3-pack. He puts together his best bet from the NFL, NBA, NHL. He puts it together in one package for you, so you can get on board there with it from El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also, you can get a lot of these plays individually. He does have an NBA 3-pointer. If you're just looking for NBA, he has a 3-pack here from the NBA. A lot of individual plays. But again, here we are on a Monday, so it may be worthwhile getting the from El Ninos. Why don't you just go ahead and get that 7-day all sports pass. Get all El Ninos premium plays for 7 days. It includes all his NFL. Of course, we got a lot of NFL here Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. It will also include all his college football, NBA, college basketball, and more. So get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. You could use the promo code PICK at checkout, and that will save you 15% off a long-term pass there when you get on board here with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, we do have an update here. Islanders 1-0 over Ottawa. Just started the second period. I don't know if El Ninos likes that result or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're on the Islanders.
All right, he's on the so he's liking it.
If the Senators happen to tie it up, I would definitely take a live bet on the Islanders.
There you go.
Probably
so
a little pricey now.
A little pricey there, but no, it wouldn't mind. If the tie game, he says go back on the Islanders. He likes Islanders in this one against Ottawa, and they're up 1-0 here in that early start tonight. All right, Al, as always, we're going to talk to you a little bit later here on the recap, so we'll talk to you a little bit later.
All right, see you in a minute, Tom.
Got El Ninos here on the drive-thru. That's right, speaking of El Ninos, he'll join me on the recap. We'll get a lot of people signing in. If you miss any of our picks, we'll do a recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's now time for my picks, so let me get my game up here for you right now. We're going to college basketball for tonight. We're going to be looking at this one between Houston and Oral Roberts. We got Houston laying 20 here. Total sits here at 142.5. We're going to be looking at the under in this game, and it's Houston, right? It's Houston. This is a defensive powerhouse team. My goodness. You look at the preseason magazines, you're going to see, well, they only have one starter back from last year, but then you look deeper and find out, wait a minute. They got a really good recruiting class, and they hit the transfer portal and got a lot of transfers. This team is playing really well, very highly regarded. I mean, they're one of the major publications, a top 5 team this year. Wow, I was impressed with that. Now, Oral Roberts, they had that noble 8-point loss at St. Mary's, losing the rebounding, but they really struggled to score inside, but they defended well inside. And that's important because Houston, the issue they have is hitting their threes. They're only hitting 29% from three this season. Oral Roberts can defend a little bit inside, so that's the angle I'm looking here with this one. But again, you're looking at Houston, the great defense, right? Holding teams to just 22% from three and holding to 33% from the 2-point line. 33% from the 2-point line inside the arc is fantastic defenses. I got to tip my cap to this team and the coaching staff here to get this Houston team to play defense as they do. We're going under here to 142.5 between Oral Roberts here. Not Oral Roberts and Houston under total of 142.5. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time. Guys, check out Pick Dog Stream right now. I've got a 3-pack from the NBA. Also, my best bet is coming from the NFL, so get on board there. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion, so you can match me up with another capper there, like with Al, with Jay, with Jovan, with Brian Bittler. Our 2-for-1 capper promotion, our best value right now over at Pick Dog Stream, so you guys get on board with that. Tennessee Tech and Marshall, I did not look at that game, but let's go to the recap. We'll bring in Al Ninos here. I don't know if he looked at it either. I did not look at that game, Al Ninos. Someone was asking about that Tennessee Tech Marshall game. That's off my radar. Let me bring him in right now. Let's go right to the recap.
Yeah. No, I didn't get too deep into that one.
Yeah, that one I did not look. I was more into the NBA card, and there were a few games I saw. This was one of them that got my radar here. Was a Houston game. I will say this was not a premium, but almost made this one. Was I was looking at Yale as well in the late game, plus the points. I like the defensive style for Yale. I like their. This was a team that. Well, I liked how they played in the Ivy. They really pretty much dominated Ivy League. Got to the NCAA tournament, lost in the first round. Hawaii is a team that has some pretty good talent, has some returning talent there, has some depth. But I just like the fact that how many quad 1 and quad 2 teams that this Yale team played last year to really build up a resume and make it to the NCAA tournament. So I'm looking at that one there. So sorry there, Lou. I couldn't help you there with that Tennessee Tech Marshall. 350 plus teams, El Ninos. It's tough to have a read on everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually try to look at the more competitive games, honestly. I mean, these big spreads, they can get tricky to begin with. If anything, I usually lean towards the dog when I see a big spread. But again, you just can't take all the big dogs blindly either. So I'm usually pretty careful with those.
And you got to really take a deep dive into teams, before people would just kind of look, oh, this team has 4 starters back. This team has all 5 starters back. Here's a team like Houston with 1 starter back. And the first thing, oh, they're not going to be good. But then you look deeper and you start seeing, whoa, they got the transfer portal. Okay, that changes everything. Transfer portal just means we have to do more work, El Ninos.
Oh yeah, but it's never-ending work. So especially right now with everything going on.
Yeah, everything going on, no doubt about that. All right, let's get to the recap here with El Ninos. Brian was here. Here's one that was also off my radar, but not on Brian's. Troy plus 10 against Florida State. Jay was on the Hornets, laying the minus 1.5 against the Magic. Jovan was on the Bucks, laying 4 against the Hawks. El Ninos like Miles Sanders anytime touchdown, minus 115. I was on Oral Roberts, Houston under 142.5. All right, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I'll go with Troy and the points.
Troy and the points, indeed. Florida State's off to a rough start there for Leonard Hamilton team. That's usually pretty good. They had their little struggles with them last year, and I wanted to check something here on this NBA in between the Hornets and the Magic. I had looked at that game earlier. That was under consideration too for me in this one. I will say, just for Lou, I looked at Minnesota plus 1.5. I also looked at taking Yale here for the show. So those were 2 that just hit the cutting room floor that I was kind of debating about which one to use. And I ended up on the under on the total there. But those are 2 other ones if you need any help with college basketball. Those are the other 2 that were on my radar tonight. And looking here at this, answering this question here, I wanted to look at some notes here on this game. As Jay was saying, we do have we know Ball is in the lineup. It's a really big game here for this Charlotte team. We know the struggles that the Magic has had this season, but I just wanted to look up some notes here. Looks like I'm having issues here with this stat, with my numbers here. Let's see here. Let me get this going here. Looks like I'm having some issues here with this computer, so I wanted to give you my thoughts. I was looking at this one between the Mag. No, I just wanted to see what my notes I had on this game, because I was looking at this one too. Was this Orlando game but I'm having some issues trying to pull it up here. 1 second here. Let me check this other system here. See if I can pull it up here. Yeah, I know. We knew Bancaro wasn't going to play. Oh, here we go. Maybe I got it up here. Here we go.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out of this one. And actually, let's see. He's going with the Charlotte Hornets in that one. Okay, that was his pick. So the one I like the most here, I'm going to go here with Ninos' Miles Sanders anytime touchdown -115. That's what I'll go with of the games I like the most here. So that's going to do it here on the drive-thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and they'll give out their live free picks here for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it always gets started every single day. It's the morning show. We got Mitch, we got Rod Zawacki, we got Chris at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Also, a lot of video series. We got Romanelli's rundown from college basketball. We got also Jay's NBA. We've got his NBA breakdown for you. Jay calls his jam session. Jay's jam session from the NBA, as well as a lot more up here. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His main tool show. And don't forget that tune in this week at Wednesday for the NFL show with Jay, Mitch, and Big Al. They'll give you a free pick and breakdown on the entire NFL card. They do it again here with college football, but it will be Romanelli, it'll be Chris, and Mitch with a college football show on Thursday. So lots of shows here on our channel. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when those shows drop, you're live with them. So get the picks in a timely fashion and get those best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today's show. We'll bring in